And then
And
right.
And then right here. Shouldn't be any enemies for a hot minute.
Except right here.
Giant cheap jeeps.
Right here. Right here. So you only see the king bit if you fail?
I think there's another one. There's one over here. And I think that one you have to see.
Hmm.
At the end of this room is a griffin. So, nothing in this room but Medusa heads. Like, I clearly see your sword entirely in that block.
I know. There's a reason that, like, even Miyamoto's kind of iffy on this game.
Again, nothing in here but a bunch of Medusa heads. The next room has one of those red knights, though. You may be able to just get past him.
As long as he doesn't know how to jump. Oh no!
Oh no! And then down we go. Okay, so this room has a... Would have been nice if you didn't die there, because that statue has magic in it.
Ah. Or a guy.
Or a guy, apparently.
Is this one of those I can just, like, go back and forth on, or is this one of those...
I don't know.
Because, I mean, jump costs nothing to really deal with.
I mean, he respawns. I wonder if that's per dungeon, though. Or if it can be magic sometimes in the same dungeon.
I don't know, I'm not going to try it too often, because this jump is going to cost me after so long.
I'm starting to think it's just always going to be a guy.
But I want to be
Unless
a guy.
we, like, leave the dungeon and re-enter.
Last one. Yeah, it's probably just always the roulette of, like, it's just this thing from now on.
Yeah, RNG is set when you enter the dungeon. This one also has a secret, but the only thing in here is a mini-boss.
A King Bubble. Babadoo. Hit the corner. Did that hit the corner? I don't think it hit the corner.
He's kind of a weirdo. His collisions off-center. Not so much a mini-boss as it is just kind of a big guy. Let's see here. Go right.
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 Going left will just loop you around and drop you into that failure state that we were in before.
Hmm.
So right is progress.
Griffin. I think there's a called, like, Fukas or something. Screw it.
Let's see here. Snakes and Medusa heads. probably farm magic off of Medusa heads if you really want.
You can. I was doing that in the other room before we realized, oh, it's a failure state kind of thing.
Yeah, let's see here. So that statue has magic in it, potentially.
Nope, it does not.
And this room is going to be an absolute nightmare because, again, it's the breakable blocks with the blue guy. There he is. Just break the one block! Back with juice.
And immediately start spending it.
Our first trick is figuring out how exactly you stab these blocks.
Apparently I have to stab 2 in a row for that one to break. Which makes no sense because I've stabbed single ones before.
I think it's just... Okay.
Yeah, not done asking it.
I think it's just something to keep in mind that you kind of can't hit that block at that height. Hey guy, do you mind? Personal space?
Fine, we'll take the low road.
Just E damage, get out the other side. We got the shield spell on, it's fine. All I have to do is get out here. And that's it! You'll probably be happy to know that you will only encounter one more of them throughout this dungeon. And with any luck, you can just jump past them.
Alright, am I just running through this one?
Yes, there is... That guy right there is the only enemy in this room other than a bubble, but the bubble will not be dangerous on the collapsible platform.
You can stay down there, buddy.
So this room has a king bubble and a griffin.
There's about 11 hits.
I mean, those bubbles are tanky.
Your titty fire means nothing to me.
Next room has the next blue guy.
Oh, nice.
You can probably shove him back and just get past him.
Also, apparently a king bubble.
Yeah, but if you can just get up here and then get down the hole, it doesn't even matter. Down that elevator!
Alright, yay.
Okay, so secret room to the left.
Cool, we're gonna do this.
It probably
It's just gonna be a guy.
It probably just has a guy because that seems to be our RNG.
It's our lot in life.
Yep. And he jumped down, of course. Okay, so the right is... Oh, there's a fairy to the right.
Of this room?
Yeah. I mean, might as well.
Well, the problem is that it's all breakable blocks, so if I
Yeah.
go down one too many...
Good enough.
Good enough for government work.
Okay, going to the left, wait for all these...
Excuse me. Turns out I didn't want to go down. It was a silly place.
Okay, go left and just wait for all these guys to jump in the lava.
No, you're going in the lava.
Or dying.
Cool, all one guy. Or I guess a previous one fell in.
They
Oh, I
must- I think there's supposed to be like 5 of them in this room, so I feel like maybe they jumped in while they weren't on screen or something.
I just realized that the temple music's different from the normal one we had the whole time.
Oh yeah. Anyway, you can keep going. Next room's safe.
Sorry, watch was annoying my wrist. Oh, it's a life.
And it's got a man's in it. If you look to the left, by the way, that is the top of the failure state.
Oh, neat.
Had we looped around from the other side, that's where you would end up. And if you fell down, you'd be in the failure state. Nothing to do, it's a dead end into failure state. It is just a wrong path.
Oh, now they show up.
Yep. Look at that, a guy you
Oh.
can actually hit with sword beams.
You know what probably happened? They all jumped off screen.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Lava bath, it feels good.
Okay, now you're heading down the elevator and going left.
Down and to the left.
Back, and to the down, and to the left. Do not go right, it's got a blue guy and nothing else. It is a trap of horrible pain.
It's a crap of a dungeon.
Aha, your fire can't get this high now. Until I hit you back far enough that it lands on the same ledge as me.
Your titty fire does nothing.
Okay, so this room is the bottom of this room. So there's an invisible passage through one of these blocks.
Wait, like, I literally just have to go through one of the blocks?
Yeah, you just have... Well, no, you have to break... It's through the breakable blocks.
Oh.
Down one of those.
Found it! Should I pause real quick?
Left is nothing. Right is King Slime. Oh, that's right, these guys all have like a crap ton of health.
Only they give crap ton of experience for it. But they, like, die so easily. I don't care anymore. We're at the end of the game. Just let me get my experiences.
Okay, next room is...
I don't like this room.
Yeah, next room is... Okay, so my question for you at this point is... Are those potions? I think those are potions, so it may not matter. So if you go all the way to the right of this room, you get to go through a cheap bridge, followed by 2 king bubbles, but that will get you to a ferry. But if you don't do that, and instead, about halfway through this room, there's going to be a passage down. If you go left, there are 2 red potions.
So get full health and then...
If you feel like going through cheap bridge and 2 king bubbles.
Well, the whole point is that to do that, I'd get a fairy, which would be full health.
Yeah.
But if there's 2 red potions, I heal off of one, and then I just keep the other one.
Yeah, are red potions full?
Red potions are full magic.
Yeah, so it's almost not even... Assuming that there are, in fact, 2 red potions down there.
Well, I have more than...
Because we have been wronged in the past.
Oh, we have been wronged. Yes, we have. I'm just gonna try to go for forward progress.
Go all the way?
No, not go all the way.
Okay.
Just forward progress.
Okay, so in that case, this is a collapsible bridge. There are that tiny little spiky guy on the ground. There's 1 or 2 of them. Your goal, though, is that you will see a passage halfway across. And you want to fall down there.
Ka-chunk.
Left is the potions.
Or a guy.
Or a guy.
What is the point of telling me that's potions if it's gonna be guys?
Apparently, in whatever RNG we have decided, all potions are guys. I didn't even know those could be. I thought it was just the statues. Instead, guy in a block. Well, you do have some lives, and you'll probably die. So I guess you can refill that way.
Well, of course I'm gonna die, because it's penultimate boss this way.
Yeah, this is it. This is the end of the game.
Couldn't put a potion here.
Nothing. I don't even know how to fight this guy.
We can't, because we need thunder.
Thunder!
And I can't cast thunder because it takes 64
It's a lot of magic.
magic to cast off of. So literally, I just have to sit here and die, because I can't even hit him.
Rough.
Alright, once more with actual resources. But we should go get those red potions, just... No, they're not.
I mean, you can try. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be potions.
Okay, this time... Bizity Zap.
And now he's blue!
And now we can
That's
actually
my
hurt
attack.
him.
Yeah, and jump and shield to work your way through him from there. Looks like all he does is kind of bounce around and...
Well, he's shooting out fire.
yeah. I don't think he has a hurt box, just
his
his
face.
fireballs.
Oh, you meant like
Can
damage.
hurt you.
Yeah, okay.
Hurt box and hit box is always complicated because it's always contextual.
Yeah, I get you.
I wonder if you can get away with not doing jump.
I'm not even using jump.
Oh. And that's still not enough to heal.
Nope. If I hadn't used shield, I might have had enough to heal, but...
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have shield. This is mostly working.
Yay! I killed...
Yay!
I killed the final boss. Wait, I called him penultimate boss originally. Oh, a key.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just not fight him.
This is a silly fight.
Okay, so as it turns out, we're not done. We have to go back in.
I mean, obviously, when I said penultimate boss, I actually meant ultimate boss.
Yeah, like that was it. We did our job. We won.
How many lives do I have? None? Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, look, it's the Triforce.
Yeah, can I have that?
Who's that handsome devil? Ow. Ow.
It'd be hilarious if you could downstab him.
Maybe if I get him in the corner.
Yeah, I think even when he's guarding low, he guards high. Like, this is an unfair mirror match.
Oh, you're supposed to supposed to test your worthiness here.
Like, you have to attack him in, like, just that brief moment before he attacks. Get one more good hit in.
Yes!
Yes!
Didn't do the corner trick at all.
Yeah, there is a...
It's a very known Infus thing.
Very well-known, cheap way to kill him, which is you get in one of the corners of the room, you crouch, and you just stab a bunch.
Until you win.
And you will win. I thought it was just getting bigger for a second.
Well, technically, I think you still have the other one. You have one of them from the other game, because I think you take the power one because you killed Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Zelda gives you the wisdom one. And then you wake up this Zelda because you get the other courage Triforce, and you go like, hey, no more curse stuff.
I did it. Got all the Triforces.
And now they kiss. But wait, behind the curtain.
Can't do that in front of everybody. Kids are watching.
Well, yeah, you couldn't hook up with the original Zelda because she was probably 9 as well as you were.
Kind of weird that now there's going to be like 2 Zeldas that are both about the same age.
You know what makes it better?
Yeah, they can be sisters.
No, this is the end of this timeline, so that never gets resolved. There is no follow-up game to this. This is just like, that's the end of that timeline.
Also, that's not a very strong basis for a relationship when you were asleep until like 4 seconds ago.
Listen, it worked in Sleeping Beauty.
Like, you met this dude 4 seconds ago. You do not know who he is.
That was the end of my argument. It worked in Sleeping Beauty.
I guess he did have to go through the whole, like, task to prove himself, so the very fact that he is standing there probably tells her a lot about who he is. I don't know. Anyway, this game's a piece of crap.
It's a piece of diarrhea dooku poofus.
No, yeah, even just from watching you, I'll just get mine out of the way real quick because I shouldn't be too long.
Several hours later.
Yeah, several hours later. Even just from watching you
Nakazu.
play. Yeah, even just from watching you play, I feel like there's a lot of really interesting ideas in this game, and they were all executed horribly.
No. They were executed perfectly, but in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but in Ocarina of Time. Stuff like the shield play does not work in this game. Your shield doesn't block half the enemy attacks. The enemies are just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down. Like, you can't go, okay, you guard it up, I can go down. Okay, you guard it down, I can go up. Like, nah. You gain all these cool abilities, and they're useless 90% of the time. It's like, oh yeah, you can downstab. You know what you can downstab? Bubbles. That's like it. Oh, who do I want to downstab? Oh, that guy with the shield up front that was giving me trouble before. Maybe I can downstab. No. There's just...
There's 8 magic spells and 1 is useful and it costs too much.
Yeah. All of the magic spells could very easily be removed.
This is the worst that the magic's ever been in this series, and magic doesn't really get that better outside of, like, magic items, but even still.
Yeah, like...
Magic items make it good. Magic itself is just kind of like, yeah, it's there, I guess.
I feel like effectively all of the magic spells could be replaced with better... Like, with spells that function. Or, no, just with, like, items or whatever. Like, you don't need the shield spell, just get the red ring. Done. It's like, oh, but now you have it the entire game. That's fine. Because you're casting the shield spell anytime you're fighting something reasonably strong that's willing to kill you. So you're going to have it on when it matters anyway. And then you don't have to deal with the magic dance, which like, oh, but then you have to weigh whether you want to cast a spell or not. You either cast a spell and live, or don't cast it and die. So you just cast the spell anyway. If you don't have the magic for it, you go farm the magic until you do. The magic system is pointless, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, just replace the fairy spell with the hook shot. Just go recant that into this game.
Yeah, I think the fairy spell is one of the only ones that I genuinely think would have to work. You'd have to have something that you could do that would turn you into a fairy.
Yeah.
Like, reflect spell. Just give you a reflecting shield.
But
then your shield can do it all the time. Same argument as the last one. Magic system is useless.
It's like the next game's the one that created the magic the mirror shield, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, the life spell. Just make the enemies drop life! Easy! Like, there's so many really neat ideas. And I still feel like this game could be a genuinely good game with just some minor tweaks here and there. Yeah, but there is a reason, as you've said, that even Miyamoto looks back on this game and goes, yeah.
Nah. Oh, you know what makes it worse? What if this is the game they adapt into the movie?
Oh boy.
I had my frustrations with the game, but I always liked this because it was just such the weird, odd one out. And I think because I liked this one, that's what made me like Ocarina of Time more. And then you find out that a lot of this stuff gets moved into Ocarina of Time, but a lot more effective. And it's like, oh, that's probably why I like that one as much.
Oh yeah, like the sword and shield play.
Yeah.
The more locking on and facing a single enemy type combat instead of like in Link to the Past, where it's just just hack through everything. You're good.
Yeah, yeah. No,
room with 16 enemies, you just hack them. You're fine.
Hack them, blow them up, whatever.
I mean, you got to dodge around, move around their text, but it's like a screen ride movement while you're dealing with the whole. It's a completely different system than like one-on-one we're fighting. And you even got that with like the Stalfoss and stuff, where they got a shield.
Yeah.
Now it's shield play. You can't just run up and hit him. You got to wait for the opening and hit him. Good stuff. Or the Lizalfoss.
Gyro.
And they even brought back Shadow Link, and you could just use the big Goron sword and not worry about it.
Or the hammer.
Or the hammer.
The Megaton hammer.
Or honestly, you can even use just the Master Sword, just don't lock on to him.
Yeah, that was the weird. I do like the fact that if you did the forward stab, you just like jump on your sword and just be like, what?
I think if you are using the Master Sword and you don't lock onto him, he can still counter a lot of what you're doing, but like half your attacks will still get through.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we've said our piece about this. There's a lot of that could be worked a lot better. Obviously, there's ROM hacks that probably people have made this work better. But
if there's not, like, watching you play this game has made me want to remake this game and fix it.
First thing, that sword goes 2 pixels further now.
Yeah, first thing, we're making your sword just a little bit longer.
Completely redo the magic, you get an upgraded sword, an upgraded shield partway through that just reflects magic from then on. Yeah, no, it's just it's just the weird... I hate going to the Dragon Quest well, but we're going to it anyway. I like 1 and 3, but for some odd reason, I always vibed more with 2 out of that trilogy. Just because it was the one that was, like, kind of what would push into 3, but also expanded on 1 a lot better, but was also just its own weird little game in a sense. And that's what I kind of feel like with this. Like, it just tried to do something different.
Is 2 the one with Malroth?
Yes. Yeah. Not that one. That'd take years later, and then they made him a likable character in Builders. And also hot and bangable, depending on your orientation.
You still have to fight the big one, too.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I never beat that game, so thanks for spoiling it, even though I know that Malroth would show up anyway. Does he full heal?
I don't even remember. It's been a while.
Because if he did full heal, that would hurt.
He probably did.
He probably did. Because he was the first one to do it, and then they stopped doing that for every boss, because they were
probably,
like...
They probably cutscened it, though.
Yeah.
So, like, you whittle him down, and then he just goes, aha! I don't remember that. Anyway.
It has its problems, and it's obviously meant to be one of those games that you pick up for a bit and then put down for a bit, kind of thing, which is like what the original, like Zelda 1 was anyway. It's like you played it for a bit, and then you put it saved, and then put it down for a bit.
Okay, so there are games, like Pick Up and Play, where it doesn't really matter what's going on, you can just go. Go on YouTube, SNES Drunk refers to some games as Pick Up and Die. And I feel that with this one.
You know what? I'm gonna make it worse. And this will be our final thought on this whole thing. This is the Dark Souls of Zelda games. I think we've aged out of that thing by now. I don't think people do the Dark Souls of anything.
It's the Elden Ring of Zelda games.
No.
No, because Elden Ring was actually made a lot more accessible.
You know, it's the Dark Souls 2 of Zelda games. Because I don't think a lot of people defend Dark Souls 2.
No, Dark Souls 2 was, like, horribly rushed and kind of jank.
There you go, it's the Dark Souls 2 of Zelda games. Because, like, 1, everybody loves it. 3, everybody loves it. 2, don't talk about it. Elden Ring, great new franchise, everybody talks about it. What about Dark Souls 2? What about Dark Souls 2? But, yeah, no, I think it's worth it. I would give it a try. Don't feel bad about emulating it, and nobody's going to hold it against you.
If you want to use save states to get through this, more power to you. You can probably enjoy the game much better with them.
Yeah. I'm going to press start, because this is actually going to start a New Game Plus.
Yeah. Well, that's the last thing I want to do.
Wow, it'll take us to the title screen. Shooting star, how did they do that on the NES? That makes no sense. Witchcraft! So I press that, and you'll notice that this has a Triforce now.
Yeah.
So for this, if I start it up, it's essentially I have all 8 levels from now on, but I don't have any of like the heart or magic containers, and I still have to go get the magic items. But I basically start out at full strength.
Yeah, so you start, it's a new game, but you're max level.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that's kind of neat. It'd be nice if that carried over to the point that
I would care to play it again.
Like, I feel like I want to keep gaining levels. So by the end, it's not just the same end.
So you're like 16, 16, 16?
Yeah. Because otherwise, it's like, you made early game easy, but like late game is still just as hard.
Okay, I'm going to call a lie on early game being easy, because early game contained Death Mountain.
That's true. Someone did mention that you were expected to go into Midoro Temple before Death Mountain. And we could have. I don't know if you get anything out of that would have made life that much easier, though.
Maybe a couple experience and like levels that would have made it worth it.
Yeah, a couple levels, maybe. What do you get from Midoro Temple?
I don't know. Is that the swamp one, or?
You got the glove. What was that? Let you break blocks?
Yeah, that let you break blocks.
I don't think that was going to help you in Death Mountain.
It would not have helped you with Death Mountain.
Other than a couple levels.
Pretty much, that would have been it.
but hey, you need those couple levels.
Yeah.
But, anyway, this has been, Zelda 2. I was going to say Legend of Zelda. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
You can technically say Zelda 2, because it is called Zelda 2 in Japan, so...
Well, I was about to call it The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, you can call it The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Oh.
Is it The Adventure of Link or Link's Adventure?
Adventure of Link.
Okay. Anyway, I like this game. We'll get to a new one at some other point. Maybe when I find a thing that Naka will eat that won't be bad.
Cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Like a cheese roulette kind of thing?
Yeah. I would totally do that.
So you have like normal cheese, and then one's filled with like jam, and you're like, oh, this is interesting. And then one is filled with like a firecracker, and you're like,
you can't fill it with that. You got to get different kinds of cheese.
I like the firecracker one, because you're just going to like, why is there a firecracker in here? It's like, better question. Anyway, next time we'll do something different. Next Zelda game might be an interesting take. You never know. We're just gonna have to wait.